So, thank you. Oh, yeah, so,
At this time, do we have any new business? I have some new business. There's a couple of things that I've been working on, and I would like to, no, that was just for you. I have one for Kaya and one also for, Patrona. Excuse me, I have very bad headache. I want to talk about a couple of things for our residents. For one, voting in our senior building. We've always had a machine inside of our senior buildings, but now the voting machines are no longer in our senior building. I don't know why. But anyway, I had a conversation with my boss, and I would like to bring that back so the seniors don't have to go out and vote. They can vote right there in the building. But in order for that to happen, we have to have a good quality, a good amount of residents to come downstairs and vote in order to make this happen. So I'm hoping and praying, I would like to start with the French Towers first. So I'm hoping and praying that our resident council people, the manager at that site can all get together and have a conversation with the residents to see if there's enough people who would like to vote in order for us to bring that machine back into the building. I just need a number in order to have a conversation with my boss to make that happen. And it definitely has to be done by October in order for it to be added to the list of machines to drop off. So I will bring this back up again in our October meeting for, to see where we are with the numbers. Commissioner Rain?
Yeah, point of order, Madam Chairperson. The Board of Elections determines where the polling places are, number one.
That is correct.
Number two, I know the Democratic Committee man for West 16, which is French Tower, Kenny Hill is here. I'm not sure if they moved French Tower. I know they moved Josephson, and they moved Josephson because, you know, we fought, but they moved Josephson because they didn't have the Board of Elections doesn't have the staff to have staff there at Josephson and at Stoke School where they moved it to. The last two election cycles, I worked with the ED and his community relations staff to have a shuttle going back and forth. So while I understand the clerk has some influence, what might be a better thing for you to do is have all these residents come to the Board of Elections meeting, because they make the call. The county clerk does not. They make the call, and if they get and that's the one thing, no one comes to the Board of Elections meetings when they disenfranchise us by doing this.
Right.
That's a suggestion and a point of order if you want to, move forward.
Thank you so much. My second thing is for the senior building. I would like us also to have a working relationship with Mercer Street Friends because they provide food for the seniors. But in order for that to happen, we have to have a good amount of seniors who would like this. So this is something else that we can talk with resident council about, and the manager of the senior building. Because I know we're all struggling right now, and every little bit helps. The third we're giving away free IDs for veterans. The week of November 4th through November 15th, and also again on December 2nd through the 13th. All veterans can come and get a free ID from the county. So again, I don't know how many veterans we have in the senior building, but it's a start. And also, I attached to this is a form, because the county, you can get an ID at the county, and I am so amazed of how many grown individuals do not have an ID. I don't know how we are walking around on this planet in 2024 without ID. It's important that we have ID. Sometimes you can be in the wrong place, wrong time, get arrested. You're gonna sit there until they find out who you are. You know, it's circumstances. It's not fair, but that's how things are. So these are the things that have been working in my head that I'm trying to, hopefully, that we can help our seniors do. That is it for me right now. Do anybody else have any new business? Hearing none. We'll go to public session. Please, when you come to the podium, state your name, your address, and apartment, please.
Nellie Milburn.
Yeah, girl. Okay, I have a problem. First, it was my rent.
I'm sorry.
Agnes.
No, my addresses.
First name.
My name's Nellie Milburn.
Apartment.
Apartment 1005 at 630 West State Street.
Go ahead.
Okay, first I'm going through this with Housing Authority, but it was charging me for both apartments with my rent one time. That's what they said. Then they said it was a computer glitch. I don't know what's going on, but my rent still isn't right. They want their money, and I give them their money every month. But I came here, I moved out, and I came back here, and I came to go get my washing machine. They said I couldn't get it. They said, no, we ain't letting you in there. They said, because you have to, they said, we could put a door. But so I came back every day for 5 days. Door still wasn't up. Young kids was in there. Okay? So, where's the door? Now my washing machine's gone. They want their money, I want my things. That was a good washing machine. Could have gave it to my daughter. Then I go to French Towers. Now I'm at French. I left here because I had got shot and they had to relocate me. Okay, so then I go to French Towers. Now I'm at French Towers. All this, the security messed with me from here. When I was here, they was like, and it seemed to me like they was sending people in there. So maybe I just felt guilty and I said I stopped doing drugs maybe. Maybe I could come to my senses to see what's really happening. So I went to the rehab. I comes back to my house. Like eggs missing out my refrigerator. You know, come on. I mean, little things that they just, how is they getting in my house? And this is all the time. They started over here. They did it at 490. I've been to all the places. And I don't know, is it because I'm not from here? Because I'm not originally from here. I'm from Burlington County. But why would they go in my house all the time and just take from me? Take. My IDs that was taken. Now they on this here thing where the boys told me they on the thing where they steal on the people's, the cards you get for your food, and you know how they give seniors the card? Come on, man, I can't do that. I can't live like that. And now that I'm clean, I don't want to go back to it. So I'd rather them either find me somewhere to be, because I can't stay there. And the guards treat me like I'm nothing. They talk to me like I'm nothing. And I had a big argument with them, and a big commotion in the room. I can't do that. I can't live here. And it's all because I was married to James Milburn, which we separated, because we had domestic things. Okay, well now I'm not with him. I need to move. Maybe it's an inside thing with Trenton, I don't know. I just want peace of mind. And I was trying to wait for y'all to build the other houses. I just want peace of mind.
Can I ask you one question? Is your rent done? Is your rent fixed?
Yeah, my rent's fixed.
The rent is fixed.
No, my rent ain't fixed. I paid my rent just now. And they told me, I paid my rent just now. And I told them whatever the difference is, I'll pay that too, because I have a card to pay the rent.
Okay,
So whatever they saying I owe them, they can have that.
okay.
But the point is, but I don't think I owe them like they say. They saying I owe them $400 and something more dollars. No, I don't owe you that much.
Have you had a conversation with the manager at French?
I had the conversation with the manager, and she told me it was a glitch in the computer. Like, cause the people they transferred from here, everybody was having problems.
Okay.
So I don't know, but I just keep up my rent every month, regardless of what's going on. But I got a card that I usually pay my rent with, but they got something on there on my rent statement saying I paid $100. I ain't never paid $100.
Okay. Mr.
So-
Tibbs, can you please look into that for me?
Absolutely.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Mr.
He
Miller.
said he was. He told me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So that's what I lied at. I just need to be peace of mind. I don't want to go back to the drugs. I just want peace of mind.
Understand.
Thank you.
Leroy Martin.
How y'all doing? My name is Leroy Martin, 630 West State, French Tower, Vice President,
What department number?
210. You told me something about public service. I went down there, I did it. They fixing the lights. We got one light out for housing, okay? Just one light. I guess they're gonna fix that too. That's number one. Number two is, me and Kenny Hill, he's president, I'm the vice president. We all over French Towers. And I will say this, I don't know what's going on with her or what's going on in her apartment, but near person goes in them apartments, okay? I don't know what's happening with her. Like I said, our maintenance do not mess around like that. We only got one maintenance dude, and we gonna stand by him. He don't go in nobody's house. I leave money out, I leave my pills out, nothing ever taken. If you look in my house is nice. I leave stuff around, nothing never taken. So I'm gonna make sure nothing happened to that man. He ain't touching nothing. As far as the guards, our guards been very great with the people in our building. Now, if you give them attitude, they're gonna give you attitude back. That's their job, okay? We don't want nobody in there that gonna be a pushover. We don't want that. We don't need that. You know what I mean? As far as anything else, that building's secured rightly now. Another thing, it's just one thing I have a problem with. It's the security, once again. It's not housing security, it's your outside security. So, is there anybody in here that's, you security?
No, he's not here.
All right,
He's not here.
all right. See this right here? Lot of dope in here. You can throw it away. I find it all the time now. It's getting ridiculous. So I brought it so y'all can see. You know what I mean? Y'all can throw it away, whatever y'all want to do, I don't care. But it's dope in this bag, a lot of it. I sweep the floor. We find it under the car, tires. People come put it under the car tires. I guess for the residents, I don't know, you know what I mean? But I'm telling you, this is what happened. I sweep out there, because I sweep up all the cigarette butts, right? In the front and in the back. Not only did I do that, I got another resident, we made garden out there, pretty. If you go in the back, y'all can see it, it's pretty out there. You know what I mean? On the side, made a memorial for one of our fallen comrades, which was Liz, right? And
Thank you so much.
we have flowers out there for her, which is getting nice out there, okay? Anything that being said about that building, we got people teaching people how to read and everything, not with y'all, we doing it. I go to school too. When I don't got no time, when I ain't in school, I'm helping them. You know? When I got school, another resident council helping them. We putting stuff in there that y'all don't even know going on in there. You know, we doing stuff in French Towers. So if anybody come and say this is going on, that is going on, I ain't gonna let that happen, because we up on it. We walk the building ourselves now, because your armed guard is not doing it. You got one that does it. The rest of them don't. Your supervisor's talking about he don't have to do it because he's a supervisor. So that's the only problem we got. But anything else, that building is getting correctly. And please, do not touch that maintenance man, because he's doing everything we need him to do. He is not going in anybody's apartments. They don't do that. I didn't say that, sweetie. I said I don't know what's going on with you. I'm just making sure we're going to keep the people that's in our building in line, because that building is getting nice. Not worse, so it's getting better. And we do it. You know what I mean? It's our resident council doing all that. We even got people bringing food up in here besides what y'all do. We got other people that coming. As far as the list you was asking for, we got a list already with a bunch of residents that's gonna go on that bus to learn how to do the polls. So, and this is us doing this. This is not us asking housing and all that. So I ain't letting nobody knock that down, especially after I be doing all the footwork and Kenny doing footwork and she busting her behind up in there. It's more of the residents that tearing the building down, and the people that you'll bring in there that haven't been in that building, some of them come in, you know, we'll work with them because we trying to help them now. They'll throw a little food out the window and stuff like that. You know, you just need to monitor who y'all putting up in that building. You know what I mean? And if y'all look in their apartments, you'll know, because their apartments is disgusting. They bringing bed bugs in there. They not caring. They moving. When you move, you don't move with dirty box springs and stuff like that and bring it into a good building. So when you do that, that's why we getting all the mouse and all that stuff coming in. Killed the mouse the other day because somebody moved in there that had a mouse. So if y'all can monitor them, then we'll be better in there. But I'm telling you, I'm not letting nobody knock our building down. Our building is one of the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Can y'all do something with this? I don't know. I'm going to give this to Mr. Green. Let him throw this away. Huh? My name is Leroy Martin.
Mr. Martin, I just want to say, I applaud you. It's like a breath of fresh air here, what you're saying about the residents are doing the job as far as helping their communities stay clean, and just, I applaud you today.
Thank you.
Smith Hill? Okay, Lisa Hines?
Hello, I'm Lisa Hines. I'm on resident council. I'm the secretary and treasurer, and I live in 1004. Like Leroy said, we're doing things there. We're helping residents that don't have a high school diploma and don't know how to read or write. We're helping them with the reading and the writing. We have the computer room back open. We have to get ink for the printer. We don't have any ink for the printer. And we could use a couple more computers, updated computers. And security stinks over there. The ones that we have inside the building is okay, but the ones that carry guns that are supposed to come in, they park in the back, sit there, walk in, talk to the guard, and walk right back out. They don't take the elevators and go upstairs and walk down the steps. They have guns. Why wouldn't you? You know, I mean, if you're getting paid to do that and you have a gun, we don't have guns, but yet when I go and post things that's taking place in the building, I take the elevator up and I walk the steps down. I don't have a gun, but I do it. You know, they have guns, and sometimes there's 2 people in a vehicle, and 2 people can't go down. And another thing I have a problem with, I pay my rent sometimes at the end of the month for the next month. By the 13th of the month, I'm getting a letter in the mail saying non-payment of rent, and you're trying to charge me $35 late fee. I've gotten this paper for 6 months now. I pay my rent on time every month. I don't understand why I keep getting these papers.
Are those late fees still on your account now? Or are you paying those late fees? Or
No, I haven't paid the
have they
late
been
fee.
addressing it?
Yes, she tells me, don't worry about the late fee, and she takes it off of my account. But I still keep getting these letters. That's
I'm not
crazy.
sure. I'll take a look at your account and make sure we see what's happening there. But we are addressing that. So if there ever is any question, if there ever is any issue, please follow with your manager. And we'll
Yeah, I
make
do.
sure that
I
we
go
address
to her
those
every
issues.
month and tell her, and she says, don't worry about it. But, I mean, the 13th of the month after I paid it on the month before, on the 30th, they open your mailbox and get a note that says non-payment of rent, and I know I paid it.
I think you're
It's
doing that
stressful.
because you're paying it before when it's really
I
due.
wouldn't speculate,
Yeah.
I wouldn't speculate, just
Yeah.
give with Rich directly and we'll figure out what's going on.
Absolutely.
You know?
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And I don't have anyone else on the list. Oh, you gonna go too? Okay.
So, good afternoon. My name is Kenneth Hill, President, French Towers, Apartment 715. September the 3rd, 2024, drug bags was getting worse, finding drugs. Health fair, we had 19 folks over there from the building. The voters information, we had 23, which was good. Need mandatory management meeting. We do need one of them. We need Ms. Green or somebody to come over at least to one meeting. Need our garbage rooms disinfected and cleaned. Our computer room is open and we need to update the computer systems and could use at least 2 more computers. Residents in 107 and 411 is still having net problems. Need ashtrays or buckets with sand. I'm up here today to see if housing can make it easy for all the residents in each building. If y'all can give us like IDs, would that be hard to do? Let's say we live in French, like y'all had for the job fair. That'll help the guards know who live in the building. You think that's a possibility?
We can look into it.
Okay. Other than that, everything is fine. I'd like to commit Mr. Leggett on a job well done. That 105 is done. Everybody's happy. Mr. Green, I call y'all. all y'all answer the call and that's good. Yes.
At this time, we have commissioner comments.
Oh, okay. If I could- Where's that supervisor?
Virginia Marshall, Donnelly, Resident Council, Donnelly. First I want to commend all the seniors, Kenny, Mr. Leroy, for y'all excellent job in keeping y'all buildings, looking out for the seniors. That is remarkable. And we're trying to do that here. We're trying to follow in your footsteps. We're trying to get the residents to be engaged more, to help themselves. A lot of people don't know how to help themselves. They just want you to do it for them. So we're trying to get the residents to get into that way. As far as security, I'm gonna agree with the seniors. That outside security is ridiculous. They're not doing their job. I'm sorry. And because they don't do their job, you have situations like this. And we're trying to avoid situations with drugs, fighting, guns, shootings. Nobody wants to deal with that. And I feel something needs to be addressed. Something really needs to be done about it. If they're not going to do their job, why pay them? Find somebody else. That's just plain and simple. As far as the seniors, I really think it's so sad that they have to do all this fighting to be at peace. When they're up at age like this, they don't have time to be trying to run around. We got to get numbers. No, that should be an automatic. And Commissioner Weldon, I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you on that. Them voting should be automatically in the building, because they can't travel. A lot of these seniors can't travel out. You know, some of them really are disabled. You know, and I talk to a lot of seniors. They be like, "Well, we be trying," and I know they do. A lot of them can't read and write. You know, I don't mind helping people because that's just what I do. But at the same token, our system, our political system, everybody has to get them. You cannot do these seniors like this. They work all their life, get up in age, and gotta go find. Like, I met the lady in the pharmacy, and she was telling me how she had to pay $600 for one bill just to live. I said, well, how are you even eating? She said, I don't. I eat oodles and noodles. What? That's ridiculous. They shouldn't have to struggle like this. I really am passionate about seniors. They should not have to struggle to go vote. They should have that right. It should be convenient for them. All these places shouldn't be about numbers. All these places should be able to put it in the building where it was, so they'd be able to have access. It shouldn't be how many people in the building, how many people vote. That should not be a complaint. As far as food pantries, you're right about that too. They're struggling. Some of these people are paying for doctor bills, medication. They can't even afford food. And that's one thing of why half of these seniors are not eating. And you wonder why they're in the hospital, or their bills are so high because they're paying for medical that they can't even eat. Now, that's sad. And I'm sorry. Like, trust me, I am working right along with you guys, because I really feel like doing these seniors a disservice. They worked all their life. They retired or whatever ailments, they can't work anymore. You're getting Social Security. They're already on a low income budget. Where are they going to get all these finances with rent, food going up. They can't get to food. Transportation. Some of them can't drive anymore. Transportation is not really available. Like, no, it's just unacceptable. And as far as like our residents here, we're, more and more are starting to come out. Like we had 20 in our last meeting, and that's a good thing. But like I tell these people, you can call me all day, you can call Miss Lang, internet, everybody, all day long, but if you gotta help yourself, and I'm really encouraging them to come out, speak up. I don't know what's going on in your house, I'm not a mind reader, but in order to get help, you gotta wanna help yourself too. So I've been stressing that with the residents. But like I said, with everybody, and we're all in agreement about this outside security, something has to be done with it. I'm just commending everybody of all the hard work that we did. The amount that we got, 15.6, I know it's not what we wanted, but like I said, we can strive, fundraisers, whatever, to get to where we need to be. And I'm willing to help do that. So, thank you, everybody.
Commissioner Lopez?
Just one question about security. In your opinion, do you feel like things are worse or the same? So like before security was there was a certain environment. Security came to outside ones, right? Is it still the same, or do you think it's got
It's
worse?
not as bad, but my thing is this. It's just like any job you go to, like any job you guys are at. When you're at a job, you get paid for that job, you do that job. It is not time for you to mingle with the outside, hang with the outside. And like she said, you got guns, why aren't you, doing? We're trying to eliminate that. At least some of us residents. I know some of the it's not just housing authority, and this is what we're advocating to the residents too. You can't just blame somebody else, because a lot of you guys are the reason why some of this stuff is happening. The company you keep, you're supposed to manage that company. If you have that company at your house, you're supposed to, whatever go on at your house with that company, you're supposed to manage that. Now, if you get out of line and you jeopardize everybody else, because that's a jeopardy between the security and the resident. If you jeopardize everybody's life here, that's a problem. So again, us residents, we're trying to alleviate that problem. But when you bring in someone to help and they're congregating with the people we trying to get rid of, that's a problem. That's a problem. You're not eliminating the problem. Then other things happen, and then it's like, well, no. Because if you was there doing your job, some of that stuff could have been eliminated. And that's why I'm saying we can't keep going backwards and keep having reoccurrence. Because I don't want to see no more dead bodies out there. I don't know about anybody else. I don't want to see people fighting or group jumping and all that kind of crap. That it's unnecessary. Like everything, people got stuff going on in their lives already. We don't need added stuff. So that was a big source that we were trying to eliminate because of all the activity that was going on around here. And it's not just the resident safety, but you guys come to work here. Y'all safety. They don't care. They do stuff any time of the day, whatever. They don't care what time they do it. They just do it. They don't care about our lives, so we gotta care, and we gotta advocate for ourselves at the end of the day. So, it is.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
At this time, we're gonna have commissioner comments. Commissioner Staton?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a couple of things. First, I want to thank the residents for coming out today and expressing their concerns with us. They don't fall on deaf ears. I certainly took some notes and looked to do some follow-up with the administration. I'm very concerned about that security piece because, and I think I spoke to this before because you guys brought it up before about this outside security firm. Unfortunately, I don't know the name of it. Does anyone know the name of the firm?
Prime Security.
Prime Security. And I guess my other question is, does anyone know when their contract term ends?
It's April to April.
April, okay. All right, and, so, I'll follow up. I'm gonna ask some questions a little bit later on, just because of the time. The other commissioners have a word. Surely I hope that we're able to, address your concerns because, yeah, security is everything, right, where you live. And, you got a job to do and you get paid to do it and you have to do it. There were some basic things, you know what I mean? And so hopefully we'll be able to, find out where all these deficits are and, either they step up or they step on, you know what I mean? So, we'll keep you posted, all right? We'll keep you posted, but do continue to be, diligent in protecting your property and your neighbors. That's a real good thing. That's how it used to be done, neighbors looked after neighbors and whatnot. We didn't have security. So it's always good to get a bond with your fellow residents, but yeah, we'll check on that security for you, okay? The other thing I wanted to talk about was to my colleagues, before we went on hiatus, Commissioner Lopez and I introduced some proposed committees. I'll let you speak to it. But I just want to say I hope that we can move on that and get those adopted before the year is out. The other thing I wanted to mention was we also talked about, there were a couple of initiatives I threw out, and I'm just hoping that we can move forward with them. I hope folks gave them some thought this summer. I talked about us adopting a building, as individually or as a group, so we can go out and maybe, see exactly what is going on. The only way we're going to be able to advocate is not always going to be here once a month. It's going to be, going out and seeing folks. And while some people would say that we are not an advocacy group of policy making, I think we do a little bit of it all. So I'm just going to encourage folks to consider adopting the building. I'm looking for the one that's playing bingo. Well, no, I'm just teasing. I can go anywhere, but I do want to be able to work with you a little bit closer. I have worked in the community and helped organize my own civic association and others, and I look forward to helping any of you continue to grow what you're doing. It's a really worthwhile thing to, build your own, have your own foundation. So, we'll see what happens as time goes on. The last thing I have is the code of ethics that Madam Chair introduced, and we were asked to fill out, and I'm hoping that we were supposed to sign and submit, and so I'm hoping that everyone has done that, because I'd like to bring our new commissioner up to speed on that. We proposed a code of ethics for commissioners, and everyone was supposed to review them and turn them in, and so hopefully you'll get one between now and the next meeting. We'll take a look at it and fill out each. The reason why we did that was because prior to, at one point, it looked like we really needed some ethics here. Not that folks didn't know what to do, but we needed to have a blueprint per se for commissioners, how to behave and what to disclose and that kind of thing. And so we came up with a code of ethics. I think that really strengthens the board in that particular area.
So we'll design a code of ethics?
No, it's already done.
You'll have to get a copy from them.
She'll give you a copy and you just need to sign it.
Yeah, you'll be pleased with it. As always, the agenda went very well. I always like hearing from Mr. Tibbs. He's always precise in his responses and his presentation. Appreciate it. I can't remember your name.
Mr. Martin?
I also like what you do as well. You cover a lot of issues, and a lot of times I don't have to ask questions because it seems like anything I was going to ask you've already answered, so I appreciate that kind of thing. Just kudos to Mr. Leggett and Mr. Green for the work they do, and the fact that folks appreciate it so much they come and talk about it. That's a big deal. Folks say, yeah, you're doing a good job. But when they get up, come on out and talk about how good you did. That is a true testament to your effectiveness with the authority, and we appreciate you. We appreciate what you do. That's all I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Commissioner Walker?
all of the administration. I've seen how hard you work, and I'm really see that you're reaping from that, the good. Virginia, is she still here?
Yeah.
I was glad to hear you say that there has been some positive change since we have had the security here. I know that we have to do more,
Yeah.
but the things that are lingering in these developments, they've been lingering for a very long time. And you can't just change something overnight, but it's good to see that it's slowly getting better. And like the commissioner said here, we'll look into it, and hopefully it'll even get better as the weeks and months go on. One thing I would like to say is I've visited here. I retired, but I visited here maybe a couple times this summer in the evenings, and I did not see a lot of people hanging around like they used to. So something is happening positive. We're just gonna glean on the positive, gonna build on the positive, and I think things are just gonna get better over the years. And just thank you to the residents, and thank you to the administration.
Commissioner Lopez?
Yes, thank you. Just two things, or three. First, again, welcome. Nice to have you on board. For the committees, it's really just a matter of getting it onto the agenda and being able to approve. And so I'll hope to have it on the agenda for next meeting, and would also like for everyone to consider what you may want to, if you approve them, right, what you may want to work on, right, if it's policy or governance, or whatever sparks your interest. And then third, I would like to also come up with some onboarding materials. I have just an idea of some things that would be helpful, but I want to know if there's ideas that you all think would be important to include if there were a type of onboarding packet for commissioners, so that way we can just start to build off of that document, and it's something that Commissioner Walker could use now, and also we can use in the future for other commissioners. So that's my comment.
Can you do me a favor? Can you please make sure that we send the,
Committees, structure, yes.
so then we can make sure that we have a detailed conversation about it at our next board meeting?
Yes.
So everybody will have everything, and they'll be able to look everything over,
Yes.
if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Commissioner Mays?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's been a long summer, and I'm wearing two hats today. In May, County Executive Benson announced a summer job program for 161 youth within the county. And I'm real proud to say that Trenton Housing has been a partner with us for the last 5, 6, 7 years. 7 years. And wanted to thank Jelani and his team, but Fran in particular, because she's been the spearhead of it. But, the Summer Youth Job Connection is one of the departments that report to me, so, and I have to keep that firewall break between my day job and what I do here. But, I was reading some of these comments last night, and everybody should get their flowers while they're here. So everybody loves Miss Fran, but some of the managers, and I had this one intern, I forgot her name, but the feedback I got was that it's a quote: "Mr. Leggett had never been misorganized." And I would love to come back. And I talked to the parent, and the parent said, "Yeah, but he brags on her all the time." So thank you, Terrence. And part of this program is a mentorship, and it's a two-way street. And I can honestly say we did send you some bad apples, but that goes with employability skills and workforce development. But a majority have had a real positive experience. So, and when I did the final report, report, you know, we have a new county exec and he reads everything. And so he sent me an email thanking me, and he said, please pass my thanks along to Director Garrett and his team. So there you go. You changed National Night Out on me, so I missed it, but the feedback I got was, it was phenomenal as always. So thank you, Ms. Director Green. Only got 2 more and I'm done. Congrats to the Executive Director, Garrett, and his entire team. 15.6 million is nothing to sneeze at. Okay. And you deserve your flowers, you and your team too. I know it was a team effort, but you know, you take the hits when it go bad, so you take the pats on the back when everything's good. Welcome, Commissioner Walker. Looking forward to working with you.
Thank you.
And last but not least, I'm old school. Can we, as a body, agree to have an announcement before the meeting start that people silence their cell phones? Put them on silent. That's the one thing I do. It's disrespectful to the chair. It's disrespectful to the board. It's disrespectful to the members of the administration that have to come up and present. And it's disrespectful to other people that participate. So, please. I hate ending on such a negative note, but it happened and I wrote it down. I had my comments already written down. But once again, thank you for a good job on the 15.6 million. I know how hard you guys worked. And that's all I have.
Commissioner Green?
Thank you. Hello. Trying to verbiage this the right way. So I heard so many conversations about our seniors. Heard nothing about our youth. I'm an educator. I heard nothing about our single moms or our millennials. Our millennials are suffering. I'm actually texting the residents right now, and she's telling me that we need case managers, we need help with food, we need doorbell cameras, we need assistance with that. I'm just finding out, I'm not just finding out actually, I noticed. We just need to be a little more mindful that a lot of our young people that live in our affordable housing, they come from affordable housing. A lot of our young people that are out in the streets and roaming around, they're lost. So we need to just, instead of looking at the negative, like, we gotta look at a bigger scope. Like, how can we prevent this generation of our 10-year-olds to not be like that? So what programs are we as a community, as a board, and as residents, because it really do take a village. It can't just be housing authority. It can't just be the city of Trenton. It gotta be the YMCA, it gotta be Homefront, it gotta be the CYO, it gotta be the Board of Education, it gotta be everybody, it gotta be our Greek organizations. Like, we have to hold everybody accountable. And a lot of times I'm here, all of our residents, like, it's a circle. So this one person is responsible for telling this person what to do. That person is responsible for telling that person what to do. And what's happening right now is a lot of people not taking accountability, and our kids are, honestly, it's not just our seniors that's suffering. Our youth are suffering. I don't know if anybody is paying attention to the reading level in Mercer County, not just in Trenton, in Mercer County, in New Jersey, in America. Our children, black, brown, and white, are not reading. So while we think about, our senior citizens, I was just thinking a great idea. In Alabama, I went to grad school down there. We had a program where I taught the parents how to read so she could go home and teach her mom and the kids how to read. So I hear a lot of our residents saying that we are now teaching our seniors how to read. We need to try to create that same platform for the 29-year-old little black men outside who can't read, or the 33-year-old who don't have the confidence to go get the ID that our chairwoman was talking about. We gotta also focus on our future, because I'm not saying don't focus on our seniors, but we have to focus, like, we're in the middle of election. We gotta educate our kids on what's happening in our community. So the same energy that we're putting into our seniors, we need to put that into our millennials between the ages of 20 and 40. We need to put it into our youth between the ages of 3, because that's when the mind stimulate is at 3. So are the single moms in the community getting the resources that they need? Because I'm a single mom, so now because I'm a single mom, I'm starting to notice I don't hear the conversation. Like last night during the debate, I didn't hear anything about single moms in America. So I think that that's a conversation that we need to think about and start focusing on, because Trenton is suffering and our kids is suffering because their parents are suffering and grandparents is suffering too. So we only helping the grandma and we're not helping them, the young mom who's working the 2 jobs, who's driving grandma to the doctors, who's then picking the kids up, who helping her brother in jail. We not helping nobody. So I think we just gotta hold each other accountable and also look into our youth. Also, Ms. King, I read over everything. She has so many different projects, like Sisters Helping Sisters. She served a total of 200 residents in the community. That's phenomenal, because a lot of organizations are not doing that in this community. I know for a fact that we had kids like this summer, a residence in one of our housing authorities. I paid for her and her family to eat every week this summer, because people are really suffering. People are, so again, when we think about eviction notices, just remember that when we evict the tenant, she may be hungry. Her and her kids may not have anywhere to go, and she may be hungry. So we need to try to create something so before it get that bad, because as an educator, I have kids coming to school with broken pencils, and I can't focus on a broken pencil because he don't have no socks on. You know, or his shirt wet because the mom washed it the night before. She couldn't afford to take it to the laundromat and dry it. So I just think we need to take into consideration the problem is getting way bigger than just our seniors. That's it.
Good job.
Commissioner Ginger.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know, it's really good to come to a meeting and the board acted in a professional manner.
Stop it.
There was stopping nothing. There was no drama on the board level. Then to hear the residents talk about how they're advocating for themselves, how they're helping each other. You know, it was just such a positive piece all the way around. You know, which made it a real good meeting. I was hearing about the hunger issue, and you have a lot of places now that are doing food banks where trucks show up on certain days, pass out the food, and people come and get it. Maybe there's something you can do down in the towers, work it out, where it's here, but it's servicing all 3 senior buildings and getting them food that would help them out. But at the end of the day, it was really good to hear how the residents were talking about they're helping each other. That's where it starts at, because it's a model. And then young people, you never know who's looking at you. I learned that years ago. And some of them pick that up, and it'll change their behavior. They need modeling from older people. And to see it happening, you know, in the senior buildings, I was sitting there saying to myself, wow, this is great. This is great. They were talking about it takes a village, but the village has to stay sharp too. You know, I'm just saying, I'm glad to see it happen. Once again, congratulations to the director, 15.6 million. It definitely puts you at the table, as Commissioner Walker said. And for anything to happen, you have to be at the table. You know what I mean? Like they say, if they don't give you a seat, bring your own chair. You're at the table now. And that's good. The housing authority's on the move, and Trenton needs it. Trenton needs it. Trenton needs an organization that is a part of Trenton that's doing something. Not, I'm gonna say it, not take the money and run. Get big somewhere else with it. Right here, because Trenton Housing Authority can't go nowhere but here. So it's each other helping each other. You know, it was good to be here and see that happen. That's all I have to say.
I applaud all of you because we're all trying to help one another, and that's a good thing, because we can't do it by ourselves. reason why I came up with the ID thing is because I'm amazed every day at work that I have grown individuals. They can't even give me the things that they need in order to get an ID. And it's sad. And I sit here and think about being on the board because you don't have a deed, you don't have a lease. You don't even have a light bill. No cell phone bill, because you live with somebody. And the somebody is not willing to come to sign a piece of paper for you to get an ID. It is sad. And this is where it truly comes in, where it takes a village. You know, because I had to think about this and I had to have a conversation with my brother because I've never seen so many homeless people. That's not what we did back in the day because we always took somebody else in. Even though it was 9 of us, my brother and sister had 2 friends who came and lived with us. So we went from 9 to 15 sometimes. And my mother cooked a meal for all of us. Our house was the go-to house. And for me, in 2024, I feel as though there are so many people who are in a me situation. It is not all about you. You have to help somebody at some point in time. But don't get me wrong, there are some people who don't want help either. You know. But we have to do a little bit more communication and stuff like that for us all to come together. And I commend Jelani and his team. You guys are doing a fantastic job. I've been on the board for a long time, so I have seen a lot. And this year is a fantastic team that y'all have. Keep up the good work, you know, and we're gonna do this. Good things are to come. Thank you so much for your time and your patience today. For the commissioners, can you please make sure that you get with Fran, so you can sign the code of ethics? And can you also look at the committees that Simon is going to send to you so we can add them in the bylaws for our October meeting? So thank you so much, and everybody have a good day. All those in favor?